Hello everyone and welcome back to Kinlaig on the Highland Fishing Expansion. So, I think in the previous episode I was looking for putting a workshop mod down without realising I'd already done so. So if we go to here, we already have the potato attachment, we've already paid for that, so we're going to put that on. So let's customise for £0. And then we are going to go and take this. Did I turn the engine off then? Interesting. Oh, I think it's turned off because I put the front on. We're then going to take this. We are going to go and do the headlands of the potato field, because then we can leave it for the worker to do the middle of the field. Whilst that's happening, we can continue on with the onion lifting. So there's no point having this machine sat dormant when we can get it going. We're also going to go and rent the carrot harvester. So we're going to get that up and get that harvesting. And we're also going to go and buy ourselves a new combine. So let's get on and let's do that now. So harvesters, I am going to go for the Fent. We're going to go for the biggest Fent, which, is it that one? What's that? No, so we want that 17,600. Yeah, crawler tracks, of course, and we might as well go for the ideal drive, something a bit different. So let's buy that. There's over 500,000 gone. Combinations, we're going to go with the 12-meter header. Do we go with the Dynaflex one? I don't believe these fields will really need it, so we'll go with the cheap one here. So let's buy that. Then it's the 40 foot. If we go into here and find 40 foot, well, that's the Dynaflex 40 foot, so it'll be this one. Combinations, we'll go with this trailer. We'll keep it all black so it's all in keeping with the header trailer. So that is now, look at that, nigh on almost exactly 1.5 million. So with that, I then want to go and vegetable harvesters. I have thrown in the Colossus pack just in case, but for the time being we won't touch that just yet. But this is what we want. So I am debating whether to buy this or whether just to lease it. It can hold a lot in its tank, and it does mean we can do 3 different types. So we can do beetroot, carrots and parsnips. Obviously we're doing carrots. We can afford it, by a long way we can afford it. It's just whether we want to be going down that route, with whether we want to continue down the root crop route. So I think we have the money. Let's buy that, and we're still over £1 million, and now we own all of our big machinery, all of our most expensive. Well, what I'd imagine would be our most expensive machinery. But right, let's just turn this on and drop. Is that not working? Why is that? Oh, I thought I had dropped it down. Let's just drop that down and work our way into the... That is lifting it, that's alright. I was just getting worried then, seeing that nothing was coming through. So if we put that onto there, so for the AI it wants 6, so we will do 6. I'm definitely going the wrong way around the field here, but we can sort that. If I get up to this top here, we can do a bit of a manoeuvre so that we come back round. It just keeps that elevator on the correct side for us. Alright, let's go get these 6 headlands done, and then the workers should hopefully be able to do this hassle-free. this is the final, well, it's not the final bit of the headland, it's just one bit just to tidy up this corner. So what I'll go and do now is if we go empty this out, and whilst it's emptying we can set it on to the AI worker to do, well, to not do the headlands, but obviously we've done them, so it should just be able to go through and do the middle. So let's leave that there, and if we go AI workers, 6 headlands, start with the up downs headlands off. Would that be about right to do? And if we click OK, let's restart it at the top. That'll probably be the best thing on these bigger lines, because obviously we're now going to go to the onions and try make a move there. You'll see I moved the conveyor belt over, so I'm hoping that's made life a bit easier. I would like to just tip straight into it though. That's the only criticism I've got, but I think I'm doing something wrong there, instead of having just to tip straight onto the floor. Right, that worker is on. And why have you missed that bit? Interesting. Was it definitely, let's get back into that. Does that definitely say 6? Right, hold on. Let's try and let's just stop you there quickly. And if we go hire worker, it's definitely doing 6. The steering assist, I've definitely. Interesting. Let's just see what happens. Hire that worker back. Let's grab into this and we'll go tip these onto the floor and make sure we get them all in. But also by using the conveyor belt, it seems it's stacking it a lot neater in the shed, so it means we should get it all in. I'm planning on the other side to put the onions in, and then the carrots I'm half toying just dropping them straight onto the floor, because with us now being able to, well, not having one silo that you can just, well, I would imagine you can throw everything in, but now we've got different bays for different things. I'm trying to keep things separate. That was another reason you can see there why I decided to go, because it sent it straight through the shed, which is annoying. So that's where another reason the conveyor belt comes very much in handy. And I don't know whether that's just the conveyor belt turning off, or it's to do with I've lifted the conveyor belt up by dropping these potatoes here. But I imagine this would have turned off by now anyway. So let's jump into there. Let's turn it on and turn conveyor belt on B. Right, now let's jump into this one. Is that all still on? Yes, so that's purely, I'm going to say, down to it can't reach there. Can we, if I unfold and pull that in and go this way, like so, Control I, this action cannot be performed. Why not? Do we need it to be turn over on, off? This is really annoying. But it's all part of using something different. I think I know why. Let's fold that up. Is that now going to work? Turn the engine on. Oh, why is this now not wanting to work? So it can't go that way. Let's go that way. Why is that now not wanting to drop onto the floor? I'll pull it right in, it won't do anything. Let me just work this out now. There we go. I had to, for some reason, I had to go be in this machine, but move to this machine to be able to do so. And with that going like that, let's now tip this on the floor just here. And is this going to go straight in and into the shed? So you would think that 6 headlands, that's a fair amount of potatoes we've done, and it hasn't filled that shed up at all. Well, very much at all. Right, let's get back over here and let's see what's happening. And that is, it should get the whole pile. Brilliant. So now that's all in the shed. So that, whoa, that's full already. What's that done? Has that only done 3 passes, maybe? Right, we'll empty this, and then as soon as that's done, we'll go jump into the New Holland, and then, like I say, we'll get started there. We do need to try and make sure that we'd change the angle, because there's a load of weird and wonderful angles. So let's go to this. And had I already changed it? Because I think so. So let's just turn this round. Interesting. Why is it going like that? We're up here. It should be going straight. Oh, there we go. Right, we'll start on this one considering it's here. So we turn these on, drop them down. Also, that's going to centre, so we don't want that. We'll send it to the left. Let's see how this goes. I'm hoping it'll be a bit quicker than doing the headland, but we did do 6 passes on the headland, so we'll just have to see whether 6 passes up and down here takes just as long. Well, that's going to be doing for lifting onions, and we should be able to get, so in the next episode we'll get that middle bit of section done and then look to get them lifted. So it may just be one more episode and this field's complete. But I think it's definitely the right thing to do, to sort of try spread it out as much as possible. I know our potato harvester will be full, so that's going to be the next port of call as soon as we're finished here. So let's just get to the end and we can lift that and leave that there. if we find this, whereabouts is he? He's over there. Brilliant, he's on the correct side. And I don't know why it's not getting that first line of potatoes. So to me, it looks like if we were to, again, we'd have to do 7 or 8 headlands to make sure that we've done enough. But right, we'll get this unloaded out of here. We'll get it taken to our store, tipped into there, and then I want to have a look at something, because I believe, considering we've spent what we've done already, 1.5 million today, I believe that we may have to buy something else, which will come very much in handy to us. So we just pull this to here. That should get it. I may have to do anything to turn these on again. It's the only thing about the conveyors which I find annoying, is that we've got to keep turning them on by the looks of it. Start engine, turn conveyor on B. Right, that's that one. Let's go to this one. Oh, it says that one's still running. So let's just change to here. Start engine. Unload here, control I. Oh, no. Okay, that hasn't worked, has it? Which one are we on? Which thing are we on? Stop unloading, unload here, control I. I don't know why this is so complicated. Oh. What's that just done? I don't even know which conveyor I'm on, to be fair. That one's still trying to spin. So what's... let's just leave that one as is. Okay, so that one's still trying to unload onto the floor. So control, stop unloading. There. Let's now, I want to get to this one. Do we need to pull it back in? Oh, I'm going to have a fiddle again. Right, there we go. I don't honestly know what I'm doing to get it to run, which is rather strange. But yeah, you'll see that this is now stacking it a lot neater by that big gap down there. Right, why is that now stopped again? Is it because this is out of reach? Is that working now? I really need to start using these conveyors a bit more, because I'm finding them very, very confusing. Right, what I was going to do before that was is have a look at in here. That's tempting. That's very tempting, especially if I go not customize. Does it have, how do we know the combinations? We're going to be spending an absolute fortune today. So that is, so I'm just going to have a quick look at, okay, so that's a different one. You can get all of those, and with this one, well, that's the same. So we can, this would change what I was thinking about doing, because I was toying with getting a tractor and then getting another trailer. But with one of these, especially with one in the sail, which that one is, we can put the biggest engine in it, and then we don't need to, it's giving us another bit of storage, and it's quick on the road. If we were to go, what's this edition? Standard. Oh, I don't like that. That doesn't look too bad. I'm not going for edition 3. What's standard? What does... Road GPS, Mercedes-Benz Star, we'll go with that one. Grill design. Chrome, or do we go... I think we go with this design, personally. We haven't had one of these yet, have we? So, let's go. What's the main colour? Grey. So let's buy that. And then, if we go on to here, so we've just bought that one, I think. Combinations, 30, 39. Which one's... there's not much difference, to be fair. Let's go to this one. Does it do a Mercedes-Benz grey, or do we just go dark grey? That somewhat fits, doesn't it? So we either go with that one, with that one, but that has the writing on. So I'm going to go with this one. Let's go dark grey, like so. Let's buy that. Right, well that is completely different to what I was intending on doing, and we're now under the £1 million mark, which it's quite amazing how far we've come with all of this. But we'll just go get. I imagine he could be full again, so we'll go unload that, and then we're going to actually go and have a proper look at everything we bought, because we have bought a fair amount of stuff. Well, we bought a lot of stuff this episode, so it'd be nice to actually go see it all. Yeah, this is filling up rapid over here. So we can just leave this here for now, and then that can just keep ticking away steadily. So let's go to... Here we go. Oh, mint. I didn't even realise that. The Fendt and the Mercedes, it's all colour matching. So yeah, so we have our Fendt Ideal 9T. With the ideal steering, so I think that's all just joysticks up there. Is it joysticks and foot pedals? I think we have a thing of fish to sell. We dropped that in the water in the last episode. A 12-metre header, so not the biggest, but we don't need the biggest. We now have our DeWolf carrots, parsnips, and beetroot or red beet, so that can lift all of that, and our new truck and trailer. So there is a flatbed. I'm now certain there is a flatbed that we can get for these for these hook trailers. I forget what they're actually called. These hook it, lift on to. Oh, I don't know. There's a flatbed I think that we can do to put on here, which is what I want. So let's put that on and pull that up. The paint damage isn't the greatest, but anyways. So now that's 40,000 litres, so we can pull this onto the side of the field. Just interesting to know how that back door opens. So yeah, it'll just be interesting to see how all this works. But we'll take this up to the farm and may get it repainted on the way, and then we can look to do a cereal harvest. So I have put the carrot harvester up in one of our in that 3-bay grain store. So I've put that up there just out the way. Obviously left this lorry and trailer here, and we are going to... Where's the best place to take this off? I don't want to cause any damage with anything, but we should soon... Well, with this sort of setup, we should fire through this field. So start to get this unfolded. And let's put this on. Just everything's just huge upgrades now in this episode, which is just amazing. So let's start on this right hand side, and then it will mean that in the next episode I reckon we should be able to go and get the small fish food factory and use that to our advantage. So let's work a steering assist. I always like to do 2. Let's put 2 on like that, and we'll get this cut. Well, we are certainly getting there slowly. Interestingly, with this combine and header, whenever you lift the header and it's still going, you don't seem to get... Oh, hello. You don't seem to get your power back very, very fast. So I don't know what that means. But anyways, so if we put this on, I did see... Ooh, I did try to have a look to see whether we could just pull it straight into that field there, but we can't. It's too wide. So, yeah, I don't know whether it may just need the smaller header on for it to work, work better. But saying that, it didn't work badly at all. I have kept trying to get to the potato harvester to keep that empty, because that seems to be going on forever. Now, do I don't know whether I'm best probably going down this bottom to have a look, because I know I should be able to pull him forward and then the header will be the right side. But I think it's going to most definitely look like I'm going to have to drive in the crop slightly. Look at our carrots. Our carrots all ready to be lifted, I believe. I can't remember last I had a look. Yeah, we're going to have to do the same again here, drive in this. Oh, this is annoying. Right, we are just going to have to do it. I'm sure, yeah, I just want to say I'm sure I've still got crop destruction on. So let's get this right into here like so. And we'll just leave that there for now. Let's find, so what was that, 24,071 litres of canola. So this, my idea and intention with it is that we can drop it straight into the small fish food factory, which we may very well get in the next episode. And I don't know whether we'll get it all in, but definitely drop a large chunk of it in. Let's just go this way, because I don't quite know whether this tips up or not. I don't quite know how all this works, but it's one of those things I've never used before, so I'm very interested to finally get to use them. So if I pull to here, okay, it does lift up. Let's dump that into there, and this is probably a lot better using this, because if we were to use one of our use a normal trailer, we'll be hitting the roof. So let's leave that there. And let's go take this. We'll get this unloaded, and then by how fast this is going, I don't know whether it may be worth just to finish on another little time lapse of just continuously leading from the field to the store, and just see if it can keep this conveyor belt going, because I don't know why it keeps stopping. It keeps stopping all the time, which I need to figure out why. But I'd also like to just have a look whilst we're here. If we go to belt systems, see, we couldn't put potatoes in that one. What's this one? No. See, I thought, my belief was we could tip straight into there, is what I thought. But I must be wrong, unless it was a tip into there. You can definitely use these, but I know, I don't know whether they make boxes. What does it say at the bottom? Loading this machine will create nicely packed pallets you can sell. Oh, we can, I may look to buy one of them, just to try something a bit different. I prefer using the quicker belt systems to the normal ones, that is for certain. But right, let's get on. Let's get this, see, that's stopped there now, isn't it? So let's just drop this on top. Like so. Let's see if we can figure out how this is going to work again, because that's, oh, wrong one. I want to be in this one in the front. If we turn it off, See, this is what's infuriating. I don't really know what's going on with it all. Stop unloading. Control I. So turn conveyor on B. Stop engine. The engine's already on. So it says I now can't unload. Strange. Let's move that. Well, let's put that right out again. Let's control I. That's tipping. Okay, there we go. That's now all going. So what we will do is we will just continue to keep this potato harvester going. And oh, why is it stopped again? Is it because it's full? But I don't think it's full. Okay, yeah, it was full there. So let's just stay with this whilst we're here. We drop that down and extend it as far as possible to the back of the shed. We have run out of potatoes to get at, so let's now go. Ah! We'll bring this back in. Let's just drop it down. So that's now going to there. Oh, wrong way. Let's push this over to this side. And yeah, we'll just keep getting all of as much of this in as possible and unload off the harvester. So I'm very interested to know just how many potatoes we've done here. Also, whether there's any potato factories or anything like that that we can look to do. And has this... look at the gravel lifted up as the potatoes hit the floor. Let's go into here. And turn conveyor... So start engine. Turn conveyor up. Why is that now just worked brilliantly? Like that for us. And then if I go control I, unload there, just brilliant. Let's just pull this back maybe. I hate it when the camera keeps doing that. Let's go move it over to here. Just trying to get it so it unloads. There we go. So that's now starting to... Or it was. Let's pull that right back to there. See if that gets all of this in. That little bit on the floor over there, I'm not too bothered. You know, where both the conveyors join. I'm not too fussed really about them. But yeah, just look how easy it's got all these potatoes in here. So is that stopping because there's no rub? If that's the case, let's move it over to here. There we go. That's now going again. It should get the whole lot. Yeah, so I don't know whether the shed's going to tell us exactly how much we've got in here, but we can find out. So let's go It does, brilliant. 132,159 potatoes. And that is a lot neater than if we, so you can see where that's what we tipped in, and it's got out the back, and that's a lot neater than what we did. So we'll use the conveyor again to put onions in on this side, but before we put any onions in the shed, we will be putting them, so let's turn that off, we'll be putting, I think, is it 50,000 litres we can get into the production to pack the onions. But right, I don't think there's much more to really say than thank you very much for watching. I hope you've all liked and enjoyed the video, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye for now.